Alright, this video will show you the difference between paper space and model space, and then a little more details about the about plotting in AutoCAD. Alright, so here's AutoCAD open, and let's just start a new file here. Alright, and let's just start it from this ACAD template here. Okay, so double click that. Alright, let's draw some things that we can plot. The first thing I want to do is check my units. Let's change my units to meters. You should already know how to do that. So go ahead and change your units to meters. Okay, just like I've done there. Alright, and now let's draw a room. And let's make the dimensions of that room. I'll type D for dimensions. Let's make the dimensions of the room, I don't know, 10 by 5. Okay. And there's a room. And now let's offset for the walls. And let's make the offset distance 0.5, half a meter. I know that's really thick, but just for display purposes. And let's offset it outside. Okay. All right. Now I want you to show you something neat here. Let's copy this. You can type copy, select the object, press enter, and then we'll just copy the object anywhere. Let's copy it over here. Press escape. Okay. And now we're going to turn this into 3D. Okay, so hold the shift button. If you hold shift and then click your center mouse wheel, you can rotate. You see that? Alright. Now if I click on this little top button, this is called my view cube, it brings me back to where I was. The other thing you could do is if you click on a corner and then you can just rotate it like this. Okay. Now press top. Again, what I did was hold the shift button. I'm holding it down, then I click the center mouse wheel, okay, and you can rotate. Alright, so rotate it like this. Now type in the command, type in PRESS, and you'll see that press pull. Press enter. I'll zoom in, and you want to make sure both of these lines are selected. Okay, so put your mouse on the middle of that where both are selected. Click, and then just move your mouse up and click again, and now you've basically just extruded it to where it's 3D. Press escape. Now you can see that better. Right now this is a wireframe view. We can change the view here. Instead of a wireframe, we can click on shaded with edges, and now hold shift and the center mouse wheel, and you can see here's not extruded, and then now this is extruded. Okay, let's click on top. All right, so now we have something to plot. All right, here let's put one more thing to plot. Actually, let's say we're really happy, so we want to draw a big happy face. Let's make, I don't know, a radius of 10, and now let's go put little eyes on it. Okay. And then we can even put a little smiley face there. Okay, there's a little smiley face. So draw a really big smiley face like that. Okay. Okay, now we have something to plot. Now I've been working everything in what's called model space here. Okay, and you see this shows me that it's model space. Now there's different tabs here which are basically different sheets of paper. Okay. And we can change the size of these sheets of paper. So here's the layout space. If I zoom in and out here, all I'm doing is I'm zooming in and out on that piece of paper. Now this little black box here is called the viewport. Okay, here's what the viewport does. If I double click on the viewport, well, now notice down here this says I'm in model space. So now if I zoom in or out, I'm actually zooming in and out in the model space, not on the paper space, right? Well, I can get out of the model space back into paper space by just double clicking on the paper. And now you see this, I'm in paper space, and if I zoom in and out, I'm just talking about the paper. Okay, so here if I double click on this, let's say as I zoom in and out, notice these numbers change right here. What those numbers are the scale of the drawing. Okay, so I can set a scale. Let's say the scale is 1 to 50. Well, in order for me to actually understand my scale, I have to know, well, what's the size of this piece of paper? Okay, and to know about the size of the piece of paper, you can type in the command page. It just gets you to page setup there. Okay, press enter, and you'll see this layout 1, that's this paper space, and layout 2, that's this one here. If I click on modify, well, here this paper, it's an ISO, it's an A4 paper, right? And remember, as in my previous video, we can set the printer. I typically want to use this where it just creates it to a PDF. Okay, so I know this paper is an A4 size of paper. I could change the layout to, I can modify this just by double. Sorry, I guess I can't modify that now. I was on the first one. If I go to layout 2 and type in page setup there, okay, now I can click on modify, and I could change this to a A3 or even A2 sheet of paper. Okay, so that's how I know what the paper size is. See, now this is a bigger paper size. Okay, so I'm back on my layout 1. I've typed in page setup. This actually shows me the size of the piece of paper for that layout 1, and I could change it if I want. Okay, so let's set the printer here. Okay, click OK. All right, so now let me show you about these viewports. Let's say I want to have one view showing this top view, then another one showing the 3D view. Click on this viewport here, and now you'll see these boxes come up. I can click and let go and just make it smaller. Okay, let's bring it over here, something like this. There, so you just move that viewport over here. Now double click in the viewport, and I can zoom in to where you only have that 2D that 2D drawing there. And now double click here. Let's say you want to plot something else in this spot. I want to put what's called another viewport. Type in the command mview, okay, mv, press enter, and now let's just go make a box. I can make it here. Now you see what I've done is I've made another viewport. I can move it like this. Now double click inside this viewport to get into model space, and you could zoom in, and now I could even rotate it inside here. And there is the 3D view. Well, now let's say I want to put the smiley face down here. I can put another viewport. Okay, let's go make another viewport here. Now I want to get into model space. Let's go into model space. You see that view cube is really small. If I click on that top view, or the top box there, it brings in, it zooms in, and now I can create, or just zoom in to where I have the correct size that I want there. Okay, so there's how you can create different viewports to plot different things within your drawing. Let's say if, I don't know, you've maybe drawn this box too close to this face, and you can only see one of them, or sorry, both of them show up in your viewport. You can come over here to model space and just move one of them, right? So let's take all of this. Oops, sorry. I can just move all of this and just move it way over here. Okay. So now, come back in this viewport, let's find our smiley face. Okay, there's our smiley face. Now you can simply delete a viewport just by clicking on it and clicking delete. You can change the size of the viewports just by moving the edges there. Okay. All right. So now if I want to turn this into a PDF, okay, I could type in a plot, or let me show you another way. You see this output up here. Click on output. Here's where you can type in or just click on page setup there. Right now it's an A4 sheet of paper. Okay, if I click on preview, okay, there's the preview of what it's going to plot. Okay, and if I want to actually plot that, then I can just click on plot and then click OK, and then save this wherever I want. Let's call it drawing for layout. That's fine. It's a PDF. I've saved it to my desktop. So notice where I've saved that piece of paper. Here it is. Okay, there's a A4 PDF that I've just created. Okay, that has these two viewports in it. All right. So hopefully the purpose of this video, I wanted to show you the difference between model space here, which is infinite in either direction, and then this is paper space. And to go between paper space and model space, you just double click within these viewports here. All right, now I'm in model space. You can look down here and see which one you're in. This just is the status bar that will tell you that. Okay, so hopefully that just gives you a little more details about the printing process so you know how to better control your prints.